Frustrated with too much lesson planning, not sure how to proceed with certain lessons, looking for some guidance and someone to help you overcome all your ambiguities, no longer worry. You are in the right place. Welcome back to Teach English with Passion, a channel by a teacher and for all teachers. For today, I will be sharing with you another adapted lesson related to Unit Safety First, sequence Read and Consider for third year high school learners. Ready to start? Here we go. Let's start with exploring the content that should be dealt with in the second sequence, Read and Consider. So the main objective of this sequence is as follows. Learners will be able to write an expository article about the causes and effects of food imbalance in our society. To help learners get or achieve this terminal objective, we have got here a list of enabling objectives. We have reading and responding to a text about energy balance, reviewing and consolidating the use of the simple present, expressing condition using if and unless, expressing cause and effect using link words like because of, owing to, due to, as a result, consequently, etc., etc. We have also expressing quantity using quantifiers like much, many, few, and little. Exploring and using vocabulary related to obesity and food imbalance, forming adjectives adding the suffix y to some nouns, and word stress. Now let's see together what activities I have designed for the first lesson in this sequence. Starting with the pre-reading stage, the teacher brainstorms the topic using pictures. The latter are great teaching resources which teachers can use not only to engage students but also to introduce certain items or ideas without the need to say too much. So the teacher displays 3 pictures as the ones shown here, and he starts interacting orally with his learners, asking them the following questions. We have, what does picture number 1 show? Why do we eat? What about picture number 2? Why do you think the man is obese? And the last question is, to keep in good health but still get the enough energy to perform one's daily activities, what should one do? Of course, learners here look at the pictures and they interact with their teacher, expressing their opinions and suggesting various answers or ideas. Note here, each time learners mention a keyword like energy, balance, fast food, the teacher writes those words on the whiteboard, creating by the end of the discussion a list of the key vocabulary items needed for the understanding of the reading passage. The next activity shown here is meant to consolidate further the understanding of the keywords related to the reading passage. The teacher provides the words food energy, obese, fast food, and energy balance. Learners take few minutes to match those words with their definitions, then they interact with their teacher to check their answers. Moving to the reading phase, learners read the text given and do a number of suggested activities. Note here that I have used the same reading passage entitled How is Your Energy Balance that you can find on pages 114 and 115 on the textbook. But still I have made slight changes about the text to make it much more convenient. During the reading phase, learners scan the text given and go through the activities suggested. It's important here for the teacher to set a time limit. For example, he says, you have 10 minutes, read the text and do the activities. Of course, here the amount of time the teacher sets depends mainly on the number of activities and on learners' level. In the first activity shown here, learners read the text to choose the correct answer. For sentence number 1, the text is expository. For the second sentence, the text is about energy balance. In the second activity, learners read the text and say whether the sentences A, D are true or false. Activities number 3 and 4 are about reference words and synonyms, whereas activity number 5 has to do with word formation. Learners complete the chart given with words from the text, then based on their observation and analysis, they complete the tick box given. The sixth activity shown here aims to give learners more practice opportunities in relation to the aforementioned point, which is forming adjectives adding the suffix y to some nouns. Learners are given 2 paragraphs and they are asked to identify and transform 6 words in each one of them into adjectives ending in Y to get more coherent texts. Reaching the post-reading phase, the teacher interacts with learners about the questions shown here. Learners identify the prominent verb tense used in the text, which is obviously the simple present, and they try to explain why it is mostly used. Then, the teacher sets them to do the next activity. In this activity, learners are asked to complete the text given with a list of words, putting the verbs between brackets into the simple present. So, let's go together through the text. We have obesity is a term used to describe somebody who is obese with a lot of body fat. Studies show that overweight people eat too much sugary and fatty food. Research also reveals that food adverts have negative effects on people's eating habits. That's all for today's topic. Hopefully you find it helpful and useful. If you have any questions, suggestions, or topics you want me to deal with, leave a comment below. If you like the content of the video, subscribe now and share the video with your colleagues. Stay tuned. Have a nice day. Bye.